Reserve today. If you want to take a look up,
here we are on Kilimanjaro Safari,
with a list of everything we could
Animal Kingdom
see out there today. It is a very big reserve, and I cannot guarantee that we're going to see all of them due to sleeping patterns, migration patterns, and the fact that that list has not been updated since 1998, which is still not a really good chunk off of it. So before we get out there, is this anyone's first safari today? Anyone's first safari out there? Nobody? Oh, a few people? Alright, well, welcome aboard, guys, and to the returning, welcome back. We're going to have a great time out there today. We're going to hang here for just for a minute, wait for our clearance from the warden to head on in. Once we are out there today, our first stop is going to be inside of the Little Ituri Forest, which is home to a lot of Africa's more shy, more reclusive animals. Now, as we're going through the forest today, their main form of protection is all the thick and dense vegetation that's out there. Be on the lookout, they can be a little tricky to see some days. Alright, so say first up is out there on your right, there's that pair of black and white striped party pants. Those zebra looking legs belong to the okapi. Now a lot of people describe the okapi as a cross between a zebra and a horse of some sorts. They're actually the closest living relative there is to a giraffe. Also here, there are some very cool forest antelopes over on your right, these big gray ones. They kind of like dares. These are the greater kudu. They're some of the largest forest antelope out there, standing at 55 inches at the shoulder, and they can jump from 6 to 8 feet up into the air. Now these three here, they are all females. Really easy to tell because they're missing the 6-foot long horns the males would have. And then also just over here, we're going to see here in the bushes on your right, this big black and white bird is a saddle-billed stork who will stand at 5 feet tall with a wingspan of 9 feet. So side to side the canopy above you if you wanted a quick comparison for that. And they will all get their name from that saddle-billed design at the top end of their beak. Alright, so it's not really the best view, but over there on your left, way in the back up against the rock wall, there's a black rhinos out there. It's kind of between that pointed rock and the tree. You can see its back is facing us. Really the best view of that rhino. Alright, especially really lucky. We're going to come up on a second one. It's much easier to see again over there on your left.
What do you think, Casey? Casey, what do you think?
Alright, now typically a black rhino is going to weigh in anywhere between 3 and 4,000
She's so camera shy, Clara.
However, for their size, they are a
so
very
beautiful.
fast animal. When they want to charge, they will reach speeds of 35 miles per hour. Now, black rhinos are definitely not the most social rhino. They are usually going to be found alone. But we are lucky. If we head over into the eastern savannah today, we can maybe look for some white rhinos. They're definitely much more social than the black rhinos would be.
Bye.
Right, now that is going to be all for the forest. We're going to get out of here and head over into Safi River next, which is home to a lot of Africa's more aquatic animals. Now, out there in Safi River, the water is usually pretty clear, so if you were going to look anywhere, I would definitely suggest looking at the bottom of the river. You can maybe see someone running around down there today. And then, of course, speaking of water, it looks like it's going to be very, very hot today at the park. If you do need water and you don't have a water bottle with you, if you head over to any of the quick service locations anywhere around the Zuma property, you can get free cups of ice water from them. They'll have to give you as many as you guys need. The closest one to our unlimited dock is Harambe Market on the way out of Africa. But again, any food and beverage quick service location anywhere on property you can stop at. Alright, so kind of hard to see, but over there on your right, underneath the surface, on that far right corner, you can see a couple Nile hippos. They kind of look like rocks underneath the water. And on that far right side out there. Now before I talk about the hippos, I also wanted to point out all the pink-backed pelicans on your right. Now these pelicans are going to be pink year-round, but as mating season gets closer, the colors on their back get a little bit brighter, like a little blush. Nice, really cool. If you take a look to your left, you can get a much better view of those hippos. They're called a float when they're all together. Now hippos are mostly pure muscles and have been known to weigh as much as 9,000 pounds. So rather than swimming in the river, they tend to run and jog along the bottom.
He's in the bottom of the water, look.
Now hippos are all super fond of their rivers and don't love to leave them. If they do, it's usually because they're looking for food. They will venture as far as 6 miles to find that. And hippos are herbivores that will mostly eat aquatic plants and grasses. They usually eat around 85 pounds of food a day.
No one's gonna go on that.
I know this doesn't look like anyone's going to be on the side of the river today. We're going to head out of here and over into the savannah here in just a minute. If you're looking to see some more really cool live animals today, there's a lot more options here in the park. Two of which are the walking trails that are here. The first one is called the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trails in the village of Harambe. Out there is a beautiful family of gorillas. There's a bird aviary, reptile house, and an underwater viewing area for hippos. And then over in Asia, if you guys are going there today, they have the Maharaja Jungle Trek with some Sumatran tigers, giant flying foxes, Asian water buffalo, and Komodo dragons. Now both of these trails are around a 15 to 20 minute self-guided walking tour. They're wheelchair, stroller, and ECV friendly. They're open all day until 6:30 this evening. As they come up and out of the river, we're finding a very cool tree. It's this big leafless one over on your right. This is called a baobab. It's the same one that Rafiki lives in the Lion King. Baobab trees all have a super cool nickname. They're called a tree of life because they can hold 32,000 gallons of water in their sponge-like trunks at once. Now, like I said, we are going to head into the savannah. It's home to a lot more famous, more recognizable animals in Africa. It is split into two portions out here, the western and the eastern. This is the west half. It's a lot more open grasslands. Animals will really rely on numbers to stay well protected here. So we're going to be finding a few different groups today. So coming up, over there on your right, you can see these really big horns. These are the Ankoli cattle. So tip to tip, those horns are around 8 feet in length, but they're very light. They weigh just under 10 pounds. Their horns are mostly hollow on the inside with a honeycomb-like structure that will house a lot of blood vessels that they're able to regulate their body temperature through. Also, a really cool thing, they are also one of 2 domesticated species that are out here on the reserve.
Oh yeah, giraffe.
Some of the animal blended pretty good out here is on your left. There's a pack of African painted dogs. They're laying down at the left end of that rock wall, kind of back behind the bamboo. You can lay them there again, left end of that rock wall. You can see them back there in the shade. Now those painted dogs are some of the most successful hunters, not only in Africa, but the entire world. They have an average hunting success rate of between 80 to 90%. Hey, you get 4 of them out there. So coming up also, it's a really cool thing that came out today. We're going to see some baby zebras here in just a minute. Alright, so over on your left, we are going to find the sable antelope with the big backwards horns. You can also see the baby is right behind mom here. She's near the 2 adults on the left end. It's not really the best view of that baby. The baby's just over a month old from the newest residents that are out here. Now, this is called the dazzle of zebras, and they're all together. And they're a very cool species. These are the Hartman's mountain zebra. What makes them so cool is that they all have a little flabby piece of skin at the bottom of their neck. It's called a dewlap, and they're able to regulate their body temperatures through their dewlaps using thermoregulation. Also, really quick, on your left, these really small, four-footed antelope are the springbok. They're in the top 10 fastest land animal. They can run at speeds of 60 miles per hour. Now, after the left, we're going to be passing by a lot of giraffes coming out. Now, this is called a tower of giraffes. You can get really close to one here on your left. Now, this giraffe here is a Maasai giraffe, the largest type of giraffe out there. They're also the world's tallest land animals, with some adults that will stand as high as 20 feet. You can definitely see most of their height will come from that neck. Just in that neck alone, they have about 10 feet, but they will still have the same amount of vertebrae as us. It's 7. They're just quite a bit bigger, with each one of theirs growing as long as a foot. Really cool thing, if you guys ever have the opportunity to observe them for a longer period of time, you're going to see they spend most of their day eating. The giraffes all have a very big appetite. They will eat for 22 hours a day. It doesn't give them very long to rest. They only get 30 minutes of sleep on a daily basis. And they will break that time up into mini 5-minute power naps. Most of the time they sleep standing up and with their eyes open.
Oh my god, giraffe!
Now the giraffes may be really tall, but they're also still really quick. Just like those black rhinos we saw earlier, they too can reach speeds around 35 miles per hour. Other than the giraffe, there are some more very cool animals. We're coming up to definitely one of the underdogs out here. Over there on your right, up on the hill, with really dark colored animals. Those are the wildebeest. It's kind of a cool name when they're together. That is known as a confusion. Wildebeest are the second most densely packed mammal in a group aside from us, with their numbers in the wild reaching as high as 1.5 million members. But as we get out of this portion of West Savannah, we're going to head over into elephant territory next. We are going to try our best to find an African elephant, the world's largest land animal. We have a lot of ground to cover them today. They have a lot of space out here. They have a lot of spaces they have to hide in. Hopefully we're lucky we can at least find one of them today.
We're going elephant hunting now.
So there's an elephant coming out from the other side of kind of past the clearing. You can see a little bit better. African elephants, like I said, they are the world's largest land animals. They have some adults that will weigh as much as 15,000 pounds. Alright, so elephant's gonna be out. It's gonna be over there on your right. I can actually see two of them over there. Now, all of our elephants' backs, you can see a lot of dirt and stuff covering them. That's will act as a natural sunblock. They have some very sensitive skin. So the reason why elephants really prefer the rain and very cloudy days. Okay, one more view of them, and then we'll head over to the other side of their territory so we can find some more. Alright, now in the meantime, there is a very cool conservation project surrounding these elephants that I love talking about. It's called the Elephants and the Bees Project. That started over in Kenya quite a few years ago. Farmers out there were having a lot of difficulties with local herds of elephants running all over their crops. They couldn't grow much and make a lot of money. So instead of resorting to poaching the elephants to control the herds, which unfortunately they often are, it's a big reason why their numbers have declined in the past. Instead of doing that, it was discovered as big as an elephant is, they are terrified of bees and will run away at the sight of them. So farmers found this out and they would start to put up beehive fences all over their property. It keeps those elephants away while still protecting the herds and the crops, but it gives them a second form of income as well. They can start selling the honey from the hives. So it's a really nice example of some coexistence between us as humans and nature. It's a very big and also really popular conservation project out there. Now up next we are going to go buy a very important food source for them. This stuff all around us is red clay. Elephants eat this almost daily. It's just like a multivitamin for them. If we can find more elephants out, they're going to be on our left somewhere. I haven't seen any just yet. Okay, there's a couple coming up here in a minute.
Oh, there's two, not this one.
One on the road, yeah. Hey, look.
Alright, now with the elephants, it is normally pretty easy to tell a male and female apart. You just want to take a look at how solitary they are. In a herd of elephants, they are led by a matriarch. She's in charge of what the herd does, where they go, and what they do. But once she has decided that she's had enough of those boys, she will chase them out of their herds. Usually in their early teens, almost as early as 10, those males are going to go off on their own, while the females stay in the herds from birth, never ever leaving them. Those elephants, like I mentioned earlier on, they cover themselves in dirt and mud to have a natural sunblock for them. But another way they kind of protect their skin is by going for a swim. Elephants love the water, and from what's been recorded, they can swim as far as 50 miles without any breaks. Now that it's going to be all for the elephants today, we're going to head out of their territory over to East Savannah. Before we get out there, on your left you're passing by a flamboyant flamingo. These here are the greater flamingo, the largest type, standing just shy of 5 feet tall. But when it comes to their species, they are the lightest in shade of pink. After they're hatched, they're normally a dark white, almost gray color. But as they get older and they get bigger, their pink coloration will come from one of the proteins found in the microscopic branch in their diet. It will normally take around 2 years after they're hatched from taking their really nice pink color. As we are entering into the eastern savanna now, here it's a lot more thick vegetation, very similar to Little Literary Forest. Now also we're going to try and find some of those white rhinos today. Alright, if you already left out with them, we can see like 3 of them out there on your left laying down. Yeah, like I said, white rhinos are pretty social with their own species. That's called a crash over there. Fully grown and adult white rhino can be double the size of the black rhinos that we already saw, weighing as much as 3 tons. Still, they're pretty quick though, reaching speeds of 28 miles per hour when they want to charge. Now, really cool thing unique to the white rhino is they all like to shape their own horns. They'll usually rub them on some rocks, maybe some trees. They're all really unique and really different. That's something that only the white rhino will go out and do. Black rhinos are not bothered doing it in the end of that. Also out today with the rhinos, we're going to see coming up there is a cheetah that's out. There's actually 2 of them. You can see them over on your left, kind of straight across from us. You can find both of them. It's called a coalition of cheetahs. Now the cheetah is the world's fastest land animal. They can reach speeds of 70 miles per hour in just about 3 seconds, and they can maintain that for 100 yards at a time. If you didn't get the best view of those with 2 back there, we're coming up on a couple more. So this one is over on our left again, but it's laying up in this right corner, kind of out there in the bushes. Okay, up in that right corner. So the cheetah as a species, they do have a very big misconception about them. It's that they're big cats. They're actually not. They don't have that title. Big reason is because cheetahs hunt during the day. Those dark spots all over their coat help them blend in with the savanna, which is why they're excellent day hunters. But another reason being is cheetahs don't roar. Instead, they are still going to purr and chirp to communicate. I don't think anyone is out here just yet. I will tell you guys, all these rocks that we're going around, this is called a Kopi rock formation. If you guys have seen the Lion King, you know what Pride Rock is. Pride Rock was based off of Kopi rocks, just like these ones somewhere out in the wild. They are the highest points in the savanna, so animals use them to overlook their surroundings, realize views of their territory. If you want to check out, you can see there is one of the baby white rhinos out over there on your right. Now that is one of 3 baby white rhinos that are out here. They're part of a species survival program. We're trying to get the numbers safely and steadily increased. And thankfully it's actually working. In recent years, the white rhino has